Shubhamangalam. This is Hemalata at Little Scholar High School taking up class 8th biology lesson 1 what is science, and we are on page number 9, and today our topic starts with reading to learn, writing to communicate, and some of the safety measures to be followed in a lab. When the scientists are investigating and when they are undergoing some process of investigating some ideas and to come out with a new concept, they should follow certain steps, and which we have already seen. And in today's class we shall see that the scientist has to go for the reading and writing process also. Like, for example, whatever they, if they want to come out with any concept, they should have a clear understanding of that, and for that prior some information regarding the topic, for which they need to gather some information, and after gathering the information they will read the information which form a certain basis for their further experiments. So in reading we have before reading, during reading, and after reading. Before reading before reading what is the first step? It is to collect the relative information. For example, if a scientist want to work on some specific topic or some field which he is interested in, he need to collect the data pertaining to that particular topic. He need to gather all the information of the subject what he want to investigate further. Then you need to know the vocabulary. What is vocabulary? Vocabulary is nothing but the new words which are used in that particular topic or concept or subject, and they should know the meaning of that particular new word and how to pronounce the word. And how to pronounce the word is also one of the important thing when which a scientist has to do or any other person has to do. Then usage of the word, that means whatever the new words which have been learnt, they should be used in the proper sentences so that the correct meaning of the word is understood. Okay children, so what we during before reading, what are the steps to be considered? Collect the relevant information, vocabulary, that is knowing the new words, how to pronounce the new words, and how to use the words in the sentences. Now when we talk about, for example, your ecosystem, when a scientist want to know or study in depth of an ecosystem, he should know the various terminology. Like we have, for example, biotic components, abiotic components, wherein we mean biotic means living things and abiotic means non-living things. So this is the vocabulary, the understanding, the meaning is very important before during the before reading. Then during the reading what happens is, or for example, you are in one particular paragraph and you are reading it, you should be in a position, or the scientist should be in a position to correlate the previous paragraph and the present paragraph. Okay, that means there should be a clear understanding of the paragraphs. Now, for example, we are going through a certain paragraph, and there is some relation of this paragraph in maybe in some other chapter. So the correlation between this paragraph and the next paragraph chapter should be done clearly. So that means the clear understanding of the reading should be there. Next, after reading, what is happening, the points to be considered is, after reading what all you have learned, we should be able to summarize it, and we should be in a position to answer the question. So this is regarding the reading aspects which is to be considered. Next, writing. Why do we do write, or why does the scientists need the this tool of writing? Also scientists need the tool of writing to communicate. For example, there are different things in, like we have informative writing, narrative, expressive, and persuasive writing. In information writing, what happens is, whatever the experiments the scientists want to conduct, or the observation, the inference, interpretations, what all they are there, that is written, and the writing is gives an information for the person who is reading it. Okay, the writing done by the scientist gives an information to the person who is reading it. Okay, then narrative writing is mostly we find when some examples are quoted, or when there is some storytelling or the narration which is going on between the people. It is most a creative type of writing. Then we come to the expressive writing. Expressive writing is mostly seen in letters, poems, and song. The feelings, the thoughts are expressed in a very good manner for the person to understand. The last one is persuasive writing. In this, it is mostly the top important topics are considered here, and this is mainly used in writing an articles to a paper, magazine, or giving some presentations and all. So these are the one of the tool which a scientist has to use, that is one, reading and the writing one. Next, not only this, but the scientist has to consider some other parameters uh, for the expressive uh, understanding of the concept by the people. So measuring is one of the tool which is used by the scientists. For example, if any experiment is conducted, all the variables or all the substances which are taken into consideration for conducting the investigation has to be correctly measured, and various instruments are used for this purpose. Like we have clock, we have spring balance, we have thermometer, we have conical flask or burette and all. So these measuring instruments, accurate measurement of the factors or variables which are used in the experiment to be taken. Then using numbers. Why the scientist has to use the numbers? The scientists are using the numbers to display their observation, to display the result for the better understanding. Now interpreting the data. The data can be interpreted in the form of graphs, pie charts, or in the form of tables, so that it is easily analyzed and easily understood by the people. Okay, so these are the measures or the tools which are used by the scientists for various purposes of it at many stages in the process of experiments. Now, the last topic related to this lesson is safety in science. When we talk about the safety in science, first we will discuss about the dressing. See children, whenever we are conducting any experiment in a lab, we should be very cautious. Otherwise, it may lead to dangerous incidents in the lab, and it is sometimes it may be dangerous to life also. So, keeping all those things, there are certain safety measures to be followed, and in that first is the dressing sense. Whenever a person has to conduct some experiments in the lab, there should be proper dressing. That means from first and foremost thing is you need to wear an apron, and preferably it should be made up of a cotton, because this is a natural fiber, and natural fiber, the chances of catching the fire is very less compared to the synthetic fiber. And whatever the dress we are wearing, or the person who is conducting the experiment is wearing, the sleeve should not be very long. It should be pulled back, or it should be folded, so that any reaction, the flame and all may not come into contact with the cloth and all. Then eyes also should be taken very a lot of care, and for this we have to wear the safety goggles, because whenever we are conducting, sometimes we bend our head to observe the reactions, or sometimes due to certain reaction the vapors just come out, which may harm the eyes and our damages our eyes. Then electricity. There are various appliances used in the lab which supplies the current, which supplies the pressure, maybe which supplies the temperature or heat to certain instruments which are used in the experiment process. Okay, and we should not just remove the sockets or on the switch with our bare hands, and we should not just walk off like that. We should, so sometimes what happens, all the wiring will be there and in some of the labs, and we may trip on that, and the plug will come out, and it leads to shocks. And also due care should be taken when we are in the lab. Next, coming to symbols on chemical substances which are used in the lab, there will be some stickers denoting certain symbols. Like for example, if any skull symbol is there, it means that it is a very poisonous chemical, so we need to be cautious with that. Certain symbols of fire will be there, it shows that it catches the fire, that are highly inflammable, so we should have the knowledge of the symbols too. Next, e-tording. Whenever we are about to conduct an experiment, we should be very cautious that we are not overeat or have lot of drink water. I mean to say this, we should not be overloaded with the food and water, because sometimes what happens, the smell of the chemicals or the vapors which are evaporating in the lab, it may leads to the vomiting sensation and all. And if any problem is there, you just immediately inform the teacher or the supervisor who is there and move out of the lab immediately. Then keep it clean. Whatever the apparatus we have used for conducting an experiment should be cleaned immediately, and it should be taken care that all the reactants are properly dumped in the wash base, nor neither in an open area. Because what happens if it is dumped in an open area, there may be some chemical reactions may undergo, and that again that leads to a dangerous situation. And all the desk where the we have done an experiment also should be neatly maintained. First thing, that it should not any of to avoid the accidents. And second thing is, next time whenever you enter the lab, it should not be like a shabby thing, and the experiment should be conducted in a very under very controlled variables, so it should be very clean and neat. So these are the many topics pertaining to the research or experiments conducted by the scientists to give the good knowledge and better understanding of the nature, and new concepts giving which are given to the society for the betterment of the human life. For this, will our first lesson ends here, and in next class we shall start out with the next lesson. Until then, thank you.